AI NAS. When I first heard this, I was skeptical but excited at the same time. Is it just marketing? Or does this system actually offer AI tools that are helpful? I've tried the UGreen iDX6011 Pro for the past few months, and I need to show you something. I need to show you many things actually. Before we try the AI tools in detail, let's talk about the inside and outside. I was using the UGreen DXP4800 Plus for the past at least 12 months, and I loved it. I used it for sharing editing files with my team. I used it to share client projects. I used it to back up my files, and all of that worked exceptionally fine. But I've used 4 16 terabyte HDDs, and with all these video files and ProRes files, I got to the limits. So it was either way time to upgrade to a 6-bay NAS, and so I'm happy to have this iDX6011 Pro. Now before we talk about the AI tools, let's have a look at the inside and outside. From the outside, the highlight definitely is the build quality. It has an aluminum chassis which looks great. It has an LCD screen in the Pro version on the right side, and I actually used it here and then. It's actually touchable, so you can swipe through a few screens. You can also change the background. And it's helpful to have a quick overview over the status of the last notifications, which by the way is my favorite feature. So you can actually see the latest notifications. So if anything is wrong or there's something important, you just see it on the screen. If you put it next to a MacBook or Mac Studio or a beautiful desk setup, it feels like it fits in there. However, I was worried about the noise because it gets so much power. The hardware, like this Pro version, features an Intel Core Ultra 7, 64 gigabytes of RAM for a NAS system, and 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports, as well as multiple USB 3.0 and 3.2 ports, an HDMI port, OcuSync port, and 2 10 gigabit Ethernet ports. Another super important feature for me, which is not new here, I also had it on the DXP4800 Plus, is that you can actually expand the storage with SSDs. So we have 2 SSD ports, M2, NVMe ports. Currently I use multiple 16 terabyte HDDs and 2 4 terabyte SSDs internally on this NAS. And I really appreciate the internal SSD storage because you could either use it as a cache, for example. So the files that you use a lot are just cached on the SSD and super fast accessible. Or if you transfer from external SSDs onto the HDDs, the cache also is used for faster transfer speeds. Super helpful. Now it's getting interesting because I've used the iDX6011 Pro for the past few months, but it was just standing at not at a usual spot. I just put it next to the Wi-Fi router. And now it's time to actually put it at the place where my current DXP4800 Plus is. And I'm not sure if it fits there.
This was my first NAS and it's about this height. So let's see if the new one. This could actually be really tough to fit in. I just realized we're saving some space. So this was the old power adapter, and all we need for the new AI NAS is this. So it's got the power adapter internally, and we just need this cable. The moment of truth. The only problem currently is this light bar right here. Yes. No way. This is so close. But look at this. There we go.
One last thing and then we'll talk about the AI features, I swear. Can we just talk about how good the UGreen NAS app actually is? For example, all the stats that we can see right here, right? We can see the volume status. Actually, we can see the warning. My SSDs, 8 terabyte, are nearly full. It slightly feels like a game. You also got your own iCloud, so to say, because you can automatically back up all your photos and videos from your phone to your NAS, and it syncs automatically. Now let's switch to the desktop. Here we are in the UGreen NAS desktop app. First, let's have a look at our storage. So you can see currently I've only inserted 3 hard drives. The other ones are still in the old NAS. I have to And if you want to set up the SSDs, all you have to do is to go to storage, and then you can just easily create a storage pool or volume, and everything is super easy. So this app, this software will guide you through the different steps, so you can set up the SSD as a cache, as a volume, whatever. Now, as I promised, we will talk about the AI features, of course. First, what we have to look at is the universal search. This actually is, for example, this search right here. So if you type anything, you will just search the whole NAS, the files, the photos, the videos, the voice memos, whatever, okay? And here you can actually do some more settings, and the most important one is the semantic search, which is AI powered. So it understands your documents, for example, and you can search for them via the universal search. But the most interesting app in the software on our NAS is this one right here, Photos. So this is the overview of your photos and videos. And if we go to the settings, we can actually choose in which folders our photos and videos are stored. So as you can see in the files, if we go on personal folder, I have my backups right here, and they're sorted by year. For example, we go into this, and then we see a video tutorial or a course I did, and the footage, film, whatsoever, and then we get some videos, right? So all these files in my backups folder will be displayed in the Photos app, but also will be analyzed by local AI. And that's where we come to the Intelligent tab. I was like so surprised because the features we have here are pretty cool. First of all, we have people recognition, we have text recognition. So for example, if you film a close-up of a drone, and on a drone there's like Mini 5 Pro, then it actually sees this text and knows, hey, if you look for Mini 5 Pro close-up, for example, it will actually display you results like this. We've got image recognition, which we also can train. I will show you later. Even more details like text-based or scene and object recognition. We can search for similar or duplicate photos, not only based on a metadata, but also on AI intelligence. Pet recognition might be useful if you have pets, sensitive content. And we also have a model training pack. So you can enable and disable all the models for your personal library or shared library if you have some. I don't. But I enabled all of the models to show you everything it can do. Albums, this is where it gets interesting at first, because you can see people, location, videos, object recognition. So let's have a look at object recognition first, which is pretty sick. Because for example, when we go on sunrise and sunset, it's just so cool to see the places I've been to at sunrise, at sunset. Also tax bills and receipts. Yo, I like it. Lizards. Did I see that many lizards? Oh, okay. True. I did. So this photo app can actually be pretty nostalgic. Sometimes maybe even too nostalgic. But yeah, let's go back because there's more. There's people recognition. For privacy purposes, I just have to blur this. But what you see here is all the peoples that have been recognized across your photos and in your videos, which is amazing. And you can name them. For example, here, that's me and Cindy. And yeah, I apparently have 15,000 photos and videos that contain my face or me as a person. Now, we can also create albums, which could be very helpful, for example, for conditional albums, because we could say, here, all the photos and videos from March 2026, if you've been on travels there, should be in this album, and you have all sorted with one click. That's pretty nice. And location actually was also super interesting if you travel a lot, to see the places you've been, at least a few of these places, and you can just go through it. Yeah, we've been to Peru, for example, and then you go in here and see all the photos and videos from Peru. Look at this. Yeah, just pretty funny to see the places you've been to. Really cool. Tools. We got the search for similar or duplicate photos, and it seems like we got many duplicates. Oh, that's so cool. I can just keep the latest photo with the longest name, with the shortest name, or keep the oldest photo. Actually, I always want to keep the latest. Yo, and now it selects all the old photos and just keeps the latest. How can I, here, delete, delete. Cool, I like it. And if you have like specific things you're filming a lot, for example, you film cars, you can easily train cars by training a new model. Then you upload up to 10 photos of different cars, and now, yeah, UGreen NAS will detect any photos and videos that include cars and create a specific album for you. Besides your Photos app, you also got your own AI assistant. But I would go to the AI console first, because this is where we can set up different AI models. You've got large language models, multimodal models. I personally don't have any use case for speech recognition models for now, so I didn't enable it. But what's really important to mention is that all the photo and video analyzing is happening locally on your NAS, so it really makes sense to have this strong hardware, because then you don't need to use any cloud models to pay for tokens on cloud models. So in here on your NAS, we now use Qwen 3 and Olya V2B. We have an overview over our local models, and in here we can also disable them. Smart commands, which we will have a look at in a second. And cloud models. You can also, this is what I did once, if you have an even stronger Mac, mini Mac Studio or PC, you can actually run a local AI server and use the API key and API address to actually have even more powerful AI. However, the models that are available internally now completely are fine. And now let's go to Olya, where we can actually use our own AI assistant. And we can also control the NAS. Have a look at this. For example, I want to turn on the fans at highest speed. Okay, no, wait a second. AI skills, smart commands. Here we go. Let's do it like this. Insane. Can you hear it? I think you can, but in the 2 or 3 months I've been using this NAS, it never turned the fans to the highest speed. It's so funny. Nice, and to change the settings again, I can just click here, go to settings, and just say normal, so it automatically adjusts them. Let's create a new chat, turn on the online search, and ask for me. Who am I? According to the internet. Perfect. Dangle. Okay. Dangle is particularly active in promoting lots. True. Link in the description. It's probably one of the highest search results when you look for my name, so that's why the AI is mentioning that. Sweet. And if we just go to the universal search and look for waterfalls, for example, I want to see all the waterfalls that I've ever been to. Can we actually see if we choose photos? Yes, look at this. It actually finds all the waterfalls. Amazing. So now imagine, usually you use your NAS to back up your files from all the past years and also your current projects. It was never so easy and intelligent to go through thousands of photos and videos with AI logic, and now it's possible. Now the big question is, how much value do you see in these AI tools? Is it just fun for you, or can you actually have real use cases like I do with the Photos app and co? If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe and leave a like so we see each other in the next video. Happy creating!